The Red Sox' $20 million agreement with Mookie Betts late last week could very well have long-term benefits for the club as they approach extension talks with their superstar outfielder. For the first time in 3 tries, the Sox were able to agree to terms with Betts and avoid the awkwardness that has pervaded throughout the last 2 winters. After Betts' breakout 2016 season, the team simply renewed his deal for $950,000 instead of agreeing to the larger raise he requested. A year ago, the sides went to an arbitration hearing, with Betts ultimately receiving his requested $10.5 million instead of the $7.5 million the team offered. But this time was different, with the team rewarding Betts with a $9.5 million raise that, for at least a couple hours before Mets righty Jacob deGrom received a $9.6 million raise, represented the largest year-over-year raise ever given to an arbitration-eligible player. The $20 million figure exceeded projections and ensured the reigning American League MVP would set the record for the biggest deal ever given to a player who was arbitration-eligible for the second time. The Red Sox, who are trying to be cost-conscious in an effort to avoid strict luxury tax penalties for the second straight year, would have been well within their rights to draw a hard line in talks with Betts and look to save dollars for a potential bullpen upgrade. Instead, they negotiated in good faith and rewarded a player who they hope to keep as the face of the franchise for many years to come. Betts' relationship with the team is a strong one, as the Sox drafted and developed Betts into one of the game's preeminent superstars. But the arbitration process is inherently awkward, making it almost impossible for there not to be at least some tension between team and player during negotiations. That tension did exist at times over the last 2 off-seasons, even as the 2 sides acknowledged that their differences were nothing more than smart business practices. Things were different this time around, with the team making a strong statement by giving Betts exactly what he wanted. President of Baseball Operations Dave Dombrowski is right when he says the Red Sox won't be able to retain all of their key players, as it's impossible that Betts, shortstop Xander Bogaerts, designated hitter J.D. Martinez and pitchers Chris Sale and Rick Porcello will all return for the long haul. Under that realization, Dombrowski is prioritizing certain players over others and seems to have Betts right at the top of his list. Betts is likely in line for a record-setting extension, with the deals that top free agents Manny Machado and Bryce Harper will receive in the next month likely setting a baseline for those talks. Of all the pending Sox free agents, Betts might be one of the most amenable to signing an extension as a non-Scott Boras client who grew up in the organization. It's often easy to look at arbitration figures as nothing more than pieces of a larger payroll puzzle. In this case, Betts' agreement could lay the groundwork for a franchise-altering move. The Red Sox took care of their best player this time around, paying him what he deserved instead of nickel and diming him for the 3rd year in a row. How much Betts appreciates that gesture could play a significant role when it comes time to decide if he wants to commit long-term.